say. Pool D now. This one to decide top spot in the pool. Kenya 9th on the table at the moment. Australia 8th, so not a lot between them. But this Kenyan team is very experienced here in Wellington. They're getting back to pretty much full strength. Australia leading the series 27-11. But I can tell you that Australia has won the last 11 matches against Kenya on the trot. The last time Kenya won was on the Gold Coast in 2012. There's the Kenyan lineup on the left. And back to lead the side here at Wellington is Monde. The go-to man is number 7. In fact, number 11 in Jira. Adema, number 7, playing his 50th tournament. So they've got some experienced players back. Also down on the bench, number 6, Humphrey Kayangi. And the Australians, well, it's still an experiment. They're rotating their players in this series. And 2 from 2, but they've been a little bit rusty at times, Australia. Can they put it all together, or will it be the Kenyans who will go through in 2? So when you're looking at the form, Mel, the Kenyans have certainly got the better form on day 1. Third. Also, you go down to John Porch on debut. Fig only his 4th tournament for Australia. Killingworth, the only way you can get better is to play 84 points. So if he can come up with 8 points in this match, he will become the highest point scorer ever for Australia in 7s. So Zheladev, floating pass, and coming through there to put the hit on was Andrew Monde, and the penalty goes to Kenya. They take it just inside Australian territory. The Yodi offloading to Monde, and over there on the far side it's Mbaka, William Mbaka. Holding on there was John Porch, and so the penalty goes against Australia.
Yeah, Porch there, he was the tackler. He thought he had rights to the ball. Referee said, no, you've got to get out of there. So interesting to see Kenya just looking at attacking the short corridors, sort of blindside there to start with.
More possession for the Kenyans. Around halfway, Monde, terrific tackle from Porch that time, the young man on debut. And now the inside ball to Zheladev. He's got some pace, Greg Zheladev. If you give him a couple of centimetres, he will take it for sure. And so Zheladev is in for his 3rd try of the day, and a very timely one, and this is the best.
Really experienced. Got a nice ball back on the inside, swerved on the in. I think it's Njira that's gone down. He's still on the ground there. He missed the tackle, and then ended up with a great start for Australia.
Well, what about the work from the 23-year-old Boyd Killingworth? Without him going in and ripping, gave Zheladev a line to run through, and you're spot on, Greg Clark. This is the best Australia's looked in the first 7 minutes and all 3 games today. Wonderful start.
Good to see Collins Njira on his feet. The Kenyans cannot afford to lose a player like Njira. So Australia kicking off, and here's a penalty. Just getting the challenge wrong there was Killingworth. Playing the man and not the ball. So Kenya, can they hit back here? Australia doing a good job at the breakdown. And the new full-time coach, Andy Friend, has finished with his Japanese club Suntory, so he...
The ruck.
So Stannard getting it out to Porch from the Norse club in Sydney. And a good provider of Australian 7s players. And Fa'alauvau calling Cusack back on the inside, and he offloads back to Killingworth, and he can't get the pass away, so he goes to ground. And Fig cross now to Porch, and the try scorer Zheladev got a ball back up, couldn't beat the sweeper at the back, but a good build-up coming up here. Can Fa'alauvau finish it with Cusack, and a cross now to Killingworth, and that has
good though, I have to say. He come with the right attitude, started this game just with so much more fire in everything they're doing. And the defensive systems of Kenya breaking down all over the place. And you see that there, number 3 from Kenya, Umwa.
Neil. Kenya. They can score from anywhere. But there has to be a question mark over the fitness of Indira, their fastest man. This is Ayodi. Ayodi got the pass away. The man they call Billy the Kid. And Billy Odhiambo, the 22-year-old from Strathmore Club in Nairobi, has his 4th try on day 1.
Well, this is what Kenya can do very well, is attack the edges, and with their
this to draw level.
And Biko Adema, the man playing his 50th tournament. Now over 600 points for Ayimba. He's done a good job to get a lot of time. As I mentioned at the start, Australia has won the last 11 matches on the trot against Kenya. But that Kenya team in recent times has been a mixture of youth and just a little bit of experience. But it's got a more familiar look about it now.
Well, you know, this is where they're
the big scrum here. Good possession for Kenya. Then they hit the front going into the breaker. Yodi goes straight into contact and yeah.
Front line there, sitting off first.
And Steno has to put it into touch and have one set play from a line out before half time. So Tom Cusack is the go-to man and he gets 2 hands on it. Fa'alava. And Torch handing it off to Gelade, but not a lot happening there. Grabbing across field. And now, oh yeah! Have a look at this. It is Oscar Ayodi, and it's going to be Kenya who steal the lead after the half-time hooter. Oscar Ayodi, his first try of the day, very timely indeed.
Well, it was the same combination as before, but the other way around, because Ondiamo started it off. And how about that for a bump? Seriously, this is beautiful. Crouches down, smashes him. Love it. And then watch.
John Porch got set on the deck from Billy the Kid. And that's just what the Kenyan doctor ordered.
Yeah, John Porch, welcome to the HSBC Sevens World Series. The man on debut. He'll learn from that. Referee Marius van der Westhausen from South Africa gets us underway. Kenya kicking off through Biko Adema. He's with an opportunity here to apply some pressure. Alan Fa'alava, the playmaker, 22 years of age, his 22nd tournament already. Cusack gives it to Fig, and that's been knocked down, and so went backwards, and again poor turnover by the Australians in Kenya. It comes out and Stanaway kicks it through, but it's going to be a penalty against Australia as Kingston and Lucas and co on the bench look on for Australia. 6 minutes remaining.
You can see the intensity here. It looks like both teams are trying not to make mistakes, and it's kind of hindering their attack at times.
So Collins and Gira. Umar. He's a big, strong running forward, Oscar Umar. Cusack pulls him down 7 or 8 metres out. Tackle had to be made. And Cusack goes in looking for it, and he's going to win the penalty as well.
There by Cusack, because he knew he was the tackler and had all rights to it. It was fantastic.
And that just shows the strength of the wind as well. Look at that. But also the poor work from Adema. Have a look in jersey number 7. He's the support man. It's his role to get rid of Cusack. And he just puts his frame there and just stays there.
And we'll throw. With the line out to Cusack, straight down to Stannard. Fa'alaulau putting on some footwork, and then a high ball to Porch, and now Jaladev needs support. He finds Fig. Fig goes into contact from Kenya. Wasted opportunity, terrific field position, and now Kenya with the penalty through Adema.
Yeah, really frustrating for Australia because their movements, the moves they're putting out there, they look good. They're making sort of heart. It breaks down for them, doesn't it?
That's on.
A let off there for the Australians, maybe.
He may have scored 112 odd tries, but that's not the way to throw the...
Fine. Set.
I mean, just trying to buy a little bit of time there, and he goes to ground. Cusack across to Van der Walt. Now Killingworth handing it off to Van der Walt, and now Jaladev. Jira made the tackle. Cusack, Jaladev almost through. Jaladev, so he's got a double. He just snuck into the frame, didn't he?
5 points to Australia.
Cusack made the right decision too. Just took it to the line, distributed it, and even though he went over with only one boot, Jaladev so important.
So from out wide, it's James Stannard. Not a bad attempt, but in the end, it's going to go out in front of the post to the left, and so a half remaining, a bit less. Stannard has been replaced, so we'll have to wait another day to break that long-standing point-scoring record for Australia. There's about 6 to overtake him.
Got it. Turn over good.
Oh, terrific work from Fa'alaulau, and now Killingworth, and back on the inside now is Sam Myers, and Myers goes to ground on the 22. He's going to come back for...
Got it.
Just have a look. Fakes it, big dummy. 3 defensive players from Kenya there, and nobody identifies Myers that they're going to take.
Long, but Australia, they finish on top. So tomorrow they will play either New Zealand or South Africa in the quarterfinals, and New Zealand and South Africa will play